All right. Good morning. For those of you who are catching this later in the day, it is October 29th, 2018 at 7 a.m. Eastern, I guess it's standard time still. Next week we will be changing to daylight savings time. Good morning, Noah. How you doing? Uh, I'm going to do these. I'm going to try to keep them at an hour, do one head sketch a day. And I think this week I might do everything that's Batman theme. So figured I would start with Batman himself. Good morning, Stephen. How are you? Glad you could make it. Don't know if this is a good time or not, but for me it works out. They will be recorded. They will be back up on my YouTube stream, and you'll be able to catch them. So if you miss them, don't worry. And for me, I'm going to try to keep this up Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. till 8, or approximately 8, maybe a few minutes over. If you have friends, feel free to invite them. The drawings I do here will be available for purchase afterwards. I'm making a section on my website now as a shop or just a place of purchase. So without further ado, I think we should get started. I'll occasionally look at the chat room to see if anybody's asked a question. Other than that, head down, time to work. Thank you. I would like to say it was a very fun Friday night, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Those of you who missed it can go back and watch the replay if you want. Good time. Gonna do it again this Friday night, although I am gonna limit the amount of free head sketches. Not get too far behind in the drawing. So I hope you all understand that. There'll be a few changes as far as getting a sketch. But other than that, everything will be the same. Hey, solo artist, good morning. Thanks for dropping by, buddy. Hope you're awake, or maybe just getting up. Maybe getting ready to go to work. Yes, Friday night was fun. I enjoyed it. We had a good time. Try to keep that going for at least the near future. Holidays are coming up, and I'm sure There will be some misses along the way, but maybe if we miss a Friday, we can pick up a Saturday or something. I did find out that if I don't use a regular graphite lead, the red seems to be the best color to use when sketching these out. It shows up better on the screen, I believe. It doesn't look as bad when if I want to leave the underdrawing, which I kind of like doing, as opposed to the purple and blue I was using. They tend to seem to, I don't know, just look a little dirty or something, like they need to be erased. So I will probably stay with the red lead for the future pieces, or normal pencil. It's just my voice. I'm not tired. I just haven't getting up at 4 o'clock. I don't do a lot of talking, so it's the reason the voice is. I should probably, truthfully, I should probably warm my voice up by reading something out loud before I stream. Uh, Thanks for the tip, because that is something that um, I should be aware of. So tomorrow, maybe 15 or 20 minutes before going live, I'll get one of my books out that I'm reading, and I will actually read it out loud to myself to warm my vocal cords up. So thanks for that. Very helpful. I'm sure I'm a little bit tired, but not that much. So it's a good tip to warm the voice up before streaming. Oh yeah, I'm all good. I understand what you're saying. No, no, no harm done. It's a good tip. That's it's crucial to know certain things like that. Um, I think once I can get a better microphone, you'll also notice an improvement in the sound quality overall. So that's something that's a little pricey to get right now. So therefore, it'll just have to wait. And I'm sure everybody can appreciate that. All right, Batman. Got a nice kind of just expressionless Batman, maybe just stern, as Batman might ought to be. All right, Solo, take care, and thanks for dropping in. You can catch the replay later. All right. Yep, since these are only going to be around an hour, if that, depending on how fast I get the actual drawing done. Um, they will render, meaning, they will actually be available for replay on YouTube fairly quick, I'm hoping. The 4 hour ones, 3 hour ones, those, if you go back and try to rewatch those, they don't start at the beginning right away. They'll start somewhere towards the end or middle end because of the length of them, and they have to go through a process on YouTube. All right, let me take a look at this straight up. Since I'm drawing flat, let's see if I got any major drawing problems that I need to correct before I get some ink on this. And I believe we're about ready. All right, I think that'll do it. I knew one thing I wanted to do was get a piece of paper. Um, Here, this will work. Hold on just a second, people. Let me grab this pad of Bristol and put this under here. Yeah, it does. It does. No, I like a lot of people do the red pencil thing, and it does tend to look good. If I put a wash on this, an ink wash, a gray tone or something, it still looks good with ink on it, so not a problem. All right. So, and I appreciate all the comments left uh, from Friday. Comments are very welcome all the time. And speaking of which, for those of you who didn't get in right at the start, I did say that this being my first week of trying to do the Monday through Friday, I think what I want to do is kind of do a theme each week. And so this week I'm going to be doing Batman. So I need some more Batman characters, and I am looking for suggestions. So if you put them in the comment section below, I may choose your comment to do a drawing this week. And that can be, of course, a villain or somebody who hangs out with Batman. Not really an Alfred, I don't think. I don't. Uh, these, as I said, will be available for purchase eventually on my site later today. When this is done, I'm gonna build either a little store. Maybe I'll use my big cartel. I'm not sure yet, and just I can put up five items at a time, unless I go for the paid version of that. But it's kind of easy to use the free one. So definitely, um, if you're interested, look out for the sales post. All right. Okay. Hey, Jeff. Glad to see you. Hope you're having a good morning. And thank you for stopping in to watch. Probably going to go in with some gray wash tone and put that on his face there. We'll see. You know what? I should have started a clock, but I think we're 15 minutes in, so not bad. Kind of interesting to compare the quietness of this stream versus the chatter of the Friday nights with everybody involved. It's a good comparison. It's just interesting. Seems so different. It's just like I'm here alone, although I know I'm not because I have you all watching. But just different. Got to get the curve of this head right. And need a little more meat right there. A little more skull. I am not. I kind of am familiar with the character Casey Jones, Jeff. I think I did. I think he was a character in the two-part thing that I inked over Rick Remender that you had mentioned to me on Facebook. but I can't say that I remember him or any of the Mutant Ninja Turtles that well. Having said that, I don't know which one has which color of headband. That's something I was never a huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Ninja Turtle fan. Every time I thought I was and did some work on their property, either a sketch cover, comic book, or commission, um, I realized, it was kind of something that I tried to make interesting, but it wasn't the best fit for me. Nothing against the characters or the design. I loved what I think it was LaShawn. I can't remember his last name. I think he was drawing it for a while, or drawing like an animated series or something, or maybe did the animation designs. And it was like really just beautiful, beautiful stuff. Hmm. Mask is based off the Punisher skull. Um, I would have to Google him up, but that's fine. That can be done. And if I can take your all's attention uh, for a second and just ask you to, if you feel like it, to like the current stream. There's a little thumbs up down there. I'd appreciate it if you all are enjoying this. Uh, Go ahead and hit that for me. Because in the big scheme of YouTube, it does help my analytics. And it helps my channel get noticed. So I appreciate all the likes and the comments and whatever else you feel like offering. A comment, a like, a retweet, a recommendation. Tell your friends. I know some of you already have, and I appreciate it very much. And those of you that haven't, let's get busy. Let's get busy. Spread the word. I know, spread the word after you get your free sketch on Friday. Let me really hit this cape here. There we go. Excuse me. Good morning, Ron. How you doing today so far? Or in your case, you may have been up all night, so you still may have a few hours on your shift, or maybe you're ending it. Don't know. What's up there, brother? Driving into work. Okay, be careful. Yeah, uh, I know what you mean, Ron. I'm not used to staying up that late on Friday either, so I was tired Saturday also. There was an event down here, downtown. What did they call it? Oh, a boo bash. So I'd promised my son. Luckily, it didn't start till 3 in the afternoon and went till 6. It's kind of a little trick or treat thing for the kids where they could play games, they could get candy from the stores. It was a very nice day. Um, so we went to that one on Saturday, and he had a great time doing his thing in his Black Panther costume, loving it when people were giving him the great costume Black Panther, or looking good Black Panther. He was soaking that up. And then on Sunday, yesterday, there was Emory Riddle University had a kind of like a same type of party, only it was at one of the dorm areas where they have a big open, uh, I guess, activity area, and they had a bunch of stuff set up. Again, little games and stuff to keep the kids active, and then they could try to win candy. and that was fun. He enjoyed it too. My son wants to get on YouTube, and I will have him on at a later date because at 5 years old, turning 6 in December, he already knows he wants to be a YouTuber. Yeah, the Daytona Con. Yes, I will. I will be there this weekend. You you planning on heading up, or you have work to do, or what's your situation, Ron? If you're gonna be there, I can bring your stuff to you. If you're not, I got to get it in the mail. Okay. Well, it's Sunday, but you mean like round the clock Saturday type of deal? Because the show's November 4th. Okay. Just wanted to make sure if you're going to be there that I'd get a chance to shake your hand and put some art in it at the same time, buddy. This is all going to get filled in with blacks, so that's why I'm kind of just doing this bold thing here. I don't have to be too picky with it because it'll get filled in. Okay, that sounds good, Ron. Yeah, just hit me up with an email and let me know if you can get in, and I'll leave your name at the door so you can grab an entry. All right, so I gotta make sure because I'm wanting to put some tone on this, some gray tone with ink wash. Let me take a look. Sorry about this, guys, but working flat is. I usually work at an angle, but doing the Ustream stuff works. It shows better for the audience if I'm working flat. But for drawing, it's not the best angle. But I think this looks pretty spot on. The good thing is the monitor kind of helps me too. Hey, Jeff. Okay. Thanks for stopping in. Uh, take care. I think he's gone. So he's getting to work. Let me put this other bad eyebrow in. Jeff was hoping he could make it on Friday night, but he didn't. So maybe he can catch a little bit of these morning streams. And again, let me solicit your comments below. Do you like the morning stream? I do know it's early, but it helps me in the way of, number one, a warm-up. Number two, it'll give me a drawing to actually to sell. And I think it's just fun. Gives me a chance to maybe interact with some people in the early morning as they're getting ready to start their day, depending on where they're at. If you're on the East Coast like myself, and if I get some people from different time zones, well, then that gives them a chance. I don't like what I did here. Let me fix this and just give it a nice, even that out. And whoever buys this piece also gets a video of seeing it being drawn, which is kind of cool. Kind of cool indeed, I think. I like that, Ron. That's right. You might be. I give myself a time check. 7:39. Okay. So far, so good. Right on time. I'm trying to keep these at around an hour. I think that's a decent time. Let me go back and fiddle here a little bit. Just a little overlap on this cowl, and the same here. I want to tighten this up a bit, or do I? Yeah. Because that's really under his neck, so that needs a little more. Hey, Shannon, good morning to you. Glad to see you could make one. Well, a live stream, that is. Got a little ink on my thumb, but that's all right. Shannon, I'll be doing, this week I've decided I'm going to do all Batman family characters, villains, whatever. So If you have a suggestion, put it in the comment area below, and I'll consider doing it. These I'm actually going to put up in my store for sale. They will probably be, I'm guessing, $50 postage paid. I figure that's a reasonable price. And let's see. Let me think 1 second, guys. I think I'm going to go ahead and get a little ink wash going on this before I fill in the big blacks, because I'm thinking that's going to, number one, look good. And, okay, there it is, my black ink. Okay, Ron, you too. Glad you could at least enjoy a little bit of it. And I'm sure that I'll see you again. If you don't make it back, we'll catch you on the next one, or whenever you get a chance to swing by. All right. Gonna mix up a little gray. I said gray, not black. Still too dark. Here, I'll show y'all what I'm working with here. I got to get this toned down. Let's add some more water. Still too dark for the flesh. Would be pretty good for the cape. I think I'll go with this on the cape. I think that's about right. Got to get my... There we go. All right. And I'm also going to do the bat symbol on his chest in this darker gray ink wash instead of... Yeah, Friday for sure, Ron. Definitely Friday. I know you'll be there for that one. Let's see, I got to make sure I got enough here. I keep wasting it on this little test paper. All right. Wish me luck, everyone, as this is going to get pretty wet. And I got to move it pretty quick. I don't mind if it streaks a little bit, but so far so good. All right, now let me quickly come back. All right. Now I can come back with a second little more deepening. Just got to get that first one down quick. Got to decide whether or not I'm going to leave the nose piece white. I think it needs the gray. And I'll go ahead and get in here with a tone. Go ahead and get up here with a tone. I was thinking about leaving it open, but I'm going to have the side of his face here white because it's a lighter shade. It's not the black blue of the cow, cape and cow, so. All right. Looking good. I need to, this will probably be one of the things I wind up doing today. I want to get some toned paper, some brown or gray to work on. Probably be gray. You know, I don't know if you guys know that Strathmore toned paper or not, but it's really nice. And then what I would be doing is actually going back in with white, maybe color pencil or something, and picking out the highlights instead of putting in the gray wash. Although I do love the look of the gray wash also, which is just taking my ink and thinning it down with water so it's not extremely black, and you can get all sorts of neat effects with it. And if I'm giving you information you already know, well, you get what you pay for. Nah, I'm just joking. Uh, just my take on it. Go ahead and get a second wash over this now. Don't have to be so. Once you get that initial one down, you can, but you don't want to go too much. And I've found that out just in the, I mean, I've just started playing with ink wash, and I would say I'll say a month, but I don't even know if it's been a month. I stayed away from ink wash for a long time, and then I started doing these watercolor pieces, which when I get done with this real quick and I'm going to let it dry, if Shannon's still in the room, I know he hasn't seen them. And for anybody that watches this later that hasn't seen what I'm doing watercolor wise, I'll show the Doom piece I have right behind me. The flash is across the room there, and my headset is not able to go with me and get it. So, but Shannon, you may have seen it on my Instagram. Okay, so gonna leave that be for right now. Let me rinse this brush out in the clean water because I need some lighter gray for the shadow side of his face. Shannon, are you still in the room? I mean, I suspect you are, but And for anybody who hasn't seen it, this is a um, Dr. Doom piece that I need to finish. I need to go back in with white paint, white pencil, or white colored pencils, and add some highlights and shine and a few other details. But it's pretty much done. That's all I got to do. And this is a piece for Ron, who was in the room earlier, who you heard me speaking with. So this is a 9 by 12 full watercolor portrait, and the tones underneath are various grays of ink wash and then watercolor put over it, and it gives it this nice painterly feel. And those are available from me also. I haven't put them up in my store yet, but once I get that one done and I have a Thanos up next, I will offer them as a commission that you can order from me. All right. So I see if I want to meet my 8 o'clock deadline. I got about 10 minutes left, but if I run a little bit, if we run a little bit over, that'll be fine. All right. Here goes the light wash. A little bit there. A little bit here. And touch here. There we are. See, this was my problem with watercolor before, is I try to make it do what I want, when the beauty of watercolor is to let it oh, glad you're so you saw the Dr. Doom piece I'm working on, Shannon, and you may have seen the finished flash. I had it on my Instagram. I think I also put it on Facebook. All right, so black areas. Dun, 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 dun. Actually, I think I'm just going to add a touch of a very thin line like this on that side of the face. Just a little bit of a holding line. It maybe could have done without it completely, but you know what? I'll just play it safe and put it in there. All right. Black and end time. I'm thinking tomorrow it's time to do a villain. And for me, my favorite villain has always been the Joker. I know he's kind of the cliche character, but um, you know, what can I tell you? He's always held that part, or that part in my heart of the Batman's villains as, you know, the ultimate the ultimate Bat villain. Maybe we'll have to get a Catwoman in this week too. And a Mr. Freeze. I know somebody was looking for a Mr. Freeze when I tweeted out, or maybe it was on Facebook, but I do remember seeing Mr. Freeze, and I do like him too. He's quite cool with that suit that Kelly Jones designed during our Bat run. I want to say thanks to everybody who showed up Friday and stayed the whole 4 hours, 4.5 hours, I believe. It's still available if you didn't see it, and you can fast forward. You don't have to watch the whole thing. It kind of loses some of the spontaneity when you're not there live, but you can fast forward in the timeline and get some peeks into the process of how I was doing the sketches, which is basically what I'm doing here. Same thing. This has slowed down a little bit from Friday night, I think. Friday night I had some tough ones to do, but got them done. Took a little longer than I wanted to, but it was worth it. And I appreciate all the comments that you all left and all the likes. More lines. That's right. That's right, Potato. That, that was one of those moments where I know my buddy Craig was on the verge of, like, he wanted to jump through and just have Jared put that piece away and start something else, because he liked it and I liked it, and for some reason Jared wanted to keep fiddling with it. And I get it. I've done that before too, where I get something to a point that I like it, and I keep thinking, like, it needs something else, and it needs something else, and it needs something else, and then suddenly, before you know it, you got so much going on that you've, in essence, ruined it. So your hashtag more lines was very, very funny, and I think it's going to catch on. I think we will be using more lines. Maybe for Friday night's cast, I'll put that in the announcement. That'll be one of the hashtags. More lines. More lines by your friendly yard sale artist. And I will, if anybody in the room, when I'm working on one of these live pieces, if they would like to purchase it before I put it on my site, you can voice that. You can let me know. As I said, I think I'm going to price these at $50, which includes shipping. They are 6x8 on Strathmore mixed media paper. Actually board. It's like 2-ply Bristol, and done with brush, ink, pen, and some ink wash, which I think looks pretty good. And if you can't make your mind up now, it will be either on my site or more likely in my shop sometime later today. I'll give it a scan. I'll get it signed, and I'll sign it and give it a scan so that you can have a look at it on a site. All right, so Drawn Live Daily 1, Batman. I think we're going to stop there before we add hashtag more lines, because it doesn't need any more. And looking at it, I do see that the tones came out good. You'll see in here, this is just still, this shine is where the light up above is reflecting on wet ink. So that should sink into the paper. So I just want to say thanks, everybody. Let's check the time. I wish this gave me a time on how long I've been on. Let's see. I'm showing 8:03, and I know I started right at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Yeah, a 3-minute sketch. There you go. Anyway, there is the finished piece. I appreciate everybody for showing up. Thank you, Stephen. Thanks, Jeff. See you Friday too. And everybody take care until tomorrow. And oh, you know what? These white lines here, I think I need to do a tone on them. They're standing out too bright. I want the eyes and this part of the face to be the thing that really sticks out. So once that's dried, I'll go back in with ink wash and finish it up. All right, everybody. I will see you later. Please leave a comment, leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please do. And if you want to share my tweet or my Facebook post once I get this up and out, please do. I would like to have some more subscribers by the end of today. I will see you all in the morning, 7 a.m. Eastern. Until then, have a great day, and thank you.